Alright, so here we go, day 2. The garages have emptied out. A lot of people have broken down and dropped off. But clean slate today. Let's make a good one. Hopefully the car lasts. Let's start the show.
Stop and hold. We're exceeding drive time. We gotta hold you for 2 minutes. Sorry.
That means we were too quick with our pit stop.
Huh?
We were too quick with our pit stop.
I'm sorry.
running around, huh?
Off the brake.
Not the clutch! Wow. We lost some time there. See what I can do.
Alright, so let me jump in here really quick during this little bit of a chaotic pit stop. So Travis was driving next, and as you could see in the background, Eric is not at all in his racing gear. That's because he had a family emergency, so he had to leave. So then Barry from New Zealand jumped in. He's a friend of Lucky Dog and was just there to lend a hand, and we needed a driver and he hopped in. So we lucked out there. Obviously he doesn't know the track because he's from New Zealand, or the car. He even thought it was rear wheel drive. So then Travis went out. I was immensely hot. As you could see, Eric is sweating. We're all just exhausted. At this point, I took some time to cool off. Travis did his stint. Barry jumped in, and then a bunch of rain came. With rain came a thunderstorm, and if there's lightning at any motorsport event, they have to hold it. So we were on a hold during that. But right before that, right before they pulled us off track, we actually red flagged the track again because our diff blew. And that's pretty much where our weekend ended. We had a bunch of woes with the brake lights and lost a bunch of time and dropped down the order. And I think we ended up finishing like 6th out of 15 cars in class. And just like that, we are done. We blew a tranny. Unfortunately, with 2 hours left, I wasn't driving, so I could successfully say that I've never blown a tranny in my life. But it's hot. We're out. So, as you guys would have just seen, a transmission has left the chat. Now, we are trying to figure out exactly what went wrong. A bunch of things happened in between that and now. So, Eric, who's the team captain, he had an emergency, so he had to leave. A very nice guy named Barry Thompson, who's from New Zealand, decided to jump in and fill in his stint. While he was out on his stint, we got called in with the black flag for not working brake lights. We had this issue plaguing us all day for one reason or another, and we couldn't figure it out. It just kept blowing fuses, so we spent a bunch of time in the garage. Seemed we got it sorted, the brake lights were working just fine. So Barry went back out, and he came back on the tow truck. We don't know what went wrong. He was in gear, accelerating out of a corner, and then it just stopped accelerating. As far as Travis and I could tell, we lifted the car up, we messed with it. The driver's side axle popped out, and something inside the transmission broke, because even when we popped the axle back in, it was no bueno. You could put it in gear and it just wouldn't go. With less than 2 hours left of the day, we kind of called it quits. There's no point trying to figure out what's wrong with the transmission. So it's unfortunate. Fortunate side of things, we were very, very competitive. We did really well, honestly. And up until we had these light issues with the brake lights, we were sitting in a comfortable spot to either podium or maybe even win. I went and set the fastest lap, again, same as yesterday, of the entire class by some margin, too. I shaved off nearly 2 seconds from yesterday, and I found time all over the place. Once I learned the track, never been on this track, actually none of us have, so it was all a learning experience. It's a new track, not very many runoff areas, so if you send it, you might end up in a wall or something like that, which some people did. But the car did great. I got into single digits, which is quite ridiculous for a C-Class car. My last stint, I was literally battling out with A-Class cars, so I'm proud of myself. I'm happy with the team, happy with the car. Travis and Eric were great. They brought me on and made me feel like I was part of the team. I did not feel out of place or weird. Both of them, really good drivers. Both of them, very competitive. Like I said, if we didn't break down, we would have been on for a win. And SHO has some nuts to it, and it moves quite well. The other side of it, it was so insanely hot. This is probably the most I've ever sweat in a weekend in my entire life. Even with the cool suit, even with hydrating constantly. I was going through water like crazy. The outside temperature, even after it rained, was in the 90s. And it did rain, and we didn't even run in the rain because that's right when the transmission issue started. But even when it was 90 to 105, the track temp and the temperature in the car had to be in the 100 teens. It was rough. And even just standing out there and trying to cool off after coming back in, it was a struggle. Today I felt fine, but yesterday was probably the closest in my life I've come to heat stroke. Everybody was just sweating bullets. It was rough, and it being on a NASCAR track and running the Roval, there was not a lot of gusts of wind, not a good breeze. It was just all in the bowl, sitting there and just sweating, especially in the race suit and helmet on. Ugh. But we survived. We all made it. Barry from New Zealand, as I will call him, has his own race team out in California. He's just here to help out. And this man didn't even wear a cooling suit or anything. This is crazy, because Travis almost passed out just in practice not wearing his cool suit. And props to him for being able to, I guess, monitor his body temperature so well. Again, thank you to Eric, Travis, and Barry for jumping in. Thank you to Lucky Dog for putting on a badass event. Thank you, Rockingham, for being open again and giving me the opportunity to go and race an endurance race less than an hour and a half from my house. I slept in my bed every night and showered at my house every day. I couldn't ask for more. So definitely going to be doing a lot more Lucky Dog events. Maybe some on the West Coast. We'll see how it progresses. But thank you guys for watching. I need a shower. I'll see you on the next one.